said I was gonna do a video about like what I eat in a day. So this is ground turkey, 90% lean, 7% fat. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. And I also, so I don't have like a big mess everywhere. I clean as I go. That like medium heat, low to medium heat, and then I'll season it, which is just kind of something that I like to do. But I like ground turkey. I also am very fond of like I've become fond of chicken. Never was like that. Excuse my homemade lid. But yeah, where that's going, then I kind of clean up. Get all the cleaning done. Whatever it is that I use, I just put right away into the trash can. I also drink Crystal Lights. Crystal Lights are pretty good. Because I just drink nothing but water now, so because of my diabetes. So water's your friend when you're diabetic. But happy to say that it's been working out. I hate to say this, but like diabetes was kind of the best thing that happened to me so far. I know that sounds kind of like, what? Why would you say something like that? But it's true. I've lost 37 pounds. I feel lighter. My belt is now on the last notch. Second to the last notch. And I'm doing very well. So made a lot of these. I have a lot of this, especially the fresh stuff. Oh yeah, that's the best. Cheese. I get the Mexican cheese. That stuff's pretty good. And what I'm gonna use are organic black beans. So these are pretty good. So I'm gonna put these in there once the meat is cooked, and I'll finish it off with that. And then I'll put it together with the black beans, the cheese, and then I use these tortillas. And you can eat them like that. You don't really need to. I found that you don't need to eat these up, but they're zero. They're like zero net carb and high fiber, 0 grams of sugar, so no sugar whatsoever, no carbohydrates. And when you go eat Chipotle or burritos or even tacos, which I love, the corn tortilla, I've learned, has more sugar in it than flour does. But the regular flour tortillas are just as bad. But corn is definitely worse for diabetics. But these little guys, yeah, that's why I don't feel like I'm losing out. I don't feel like I'm losing out at all. So it's pretty good. So yeah, so that's mainly what I do. And then I'll just I'll let it cook, all that stuff, and then once I start throwing everything together, then I'll let you guys in. Alright, so now I'm going to put in the organic beans, the black beans. Hope you guys can hear me. So I'm going to open these up. Take this off. It's very hot. beans in. And then just kind of stir it around. Just like that. I already broke up my ground turkey. Just make sure it's all nice and broke up. That's it. I'm gonna let that come up to a boil, and then I'll add in the cheese. Alright, so I'm going to turn off my little grill. It's time to add on the cheese. And as a diabetic, I can have a lot of cheese, different cheeses, because it's actually really good for me. So, yeah. So as you can see, I'm piling it on. Like that. Save some for later. And I'll let that melt a little bit. And then I'll set everything up and show you what I got. Alright guys, that's the end result. So now I'm just going to throw it all together. So I'm just going to throw it together. This is how, now this is one of my go-to meals, just because it's, there's really no carbs. It's really good for you. It's mostly protein, and you kind of get your vegetable intake with the black beans, a little bit of what do you call it in it? Some fiber because of the black beans. So that one doesn't want to come So I'll leave it at that. Then, just that way. Then what I do is I will get my avocado. And these are all things that, if I can do this in a truck, you guys can do this at home. Cut my avocado up. Depending on what I'm eating, that decides if I'm eating the whole avocado or just half. And I have enough food here plus the tortillas to just eat half. So I'll just go ahead and squeeze it out. Eating like this, I've lost so much weight. I feel healthier, more energetic. I have a lot more energy. So it's definitely good for you. Try not to make a big old mess. Then salsa. It's the first time I'm opening it. And get my spoon. This is pretty good. Ever since I bought this kind, this is really all I eat. Has like a smoky flavor to it. It's a medium salsa. It's just super good. And that's it. So you got the avocado, cheese, the black beans, and the turkey. That's like a lunch slash I could have the rest of that for dinner. That's actually a lot. So I just have 2 meals right now. Basically in the mornings I'll have like avocado with 2, depends on how big the eggs are, so that'll determine whether it be 2 or 3 eggs, and I'll eat that with a little bit of cheese. Oh, so good. And that doesn't, my levels don't go up. This meal will not go up. I just had for lunch, so this is kind of like a dinner. For lunch I had 2 turkey burgers that I bought. It was lettuce wrap with everything, no sauces, and my levels went up to 86. That was it, plateau. So if you can still eat, you can still have good food. You just have to know what your body wants and what your body doesn't want. That's the thing. That's the whole kit and caboodle right there. Not everything works for every person, and that's what I'm finding out too. So let me try this out. Come on. Simple, easy, delicious, spices. Very, very good. Have a good day, guys. So, all in all, guys, having diabetes is not the end of the world. And in the beginning, yeah, I thought my world was going to end. I thought, that's it. You know, let's get ready to ride the white lightning up to, well, maybe not up there. But I just thought that my life was over. I thought that my life would be consisting of injections for the rest of my life, pills for the rest of my life. I think I've said it in the other video, but I now am off of 1 insulin and I was on 2. So 1, 5 ml every time I ate, which was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then 2, which was a long lasting, that was 12 mLs. And I have been doing so well on my diet, being very strict on my diet. And what ended up happening was I went home, doctor took me off, and I was ecstatic. I almost cried, you know. But, you know, I'm hoping this time around I go home that I go see my doctor, which is on a Friday, and I hope that she gives me good news, because the reason why I say that is because I've been drinking nothing but water. My levels are so level. It's very rare now that they go past 100. And if my glucose levels goes up past 100, it's like 105, 107. But it stays between 95 and about 80 at the low end. And I know that, you know, being diabetic, I have to, you know, put something in my body. to make sure my levels don't go too low. And because I'm eating so clean, and that's what me and my wife have been figuring out. I'm eating so clean and healthy for me with vegetables and all that, because I don't eat beans all the time. It's usually carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower. So if I can sneak it in, I'll get some asparagus too. I really like asparagus. But I'm eating so clean and taking out sugar, taking out carbohydrates, unless they're good carbs, unless it's 1 gram of sugar maybe a day. My levels start to do this. So now I do, instead of the 10 ml, I'll do 5, but it depends. So if my levels are too low when I wake up in the morning, I'll have my breakfast, I'll take whatever pills I need to take, but I won't shoot insulin. And I'm nice and steady. I feel like I've lost more weight. I could feel it. I feel like my ass fell off. It's gone. It went somewhere. Didn't want to be around me no more. It said, dude, you stink, and left. But I always talk about that with my wife, because she's always like, oh, where did your butt go? But I've had to tighten up my belt all the way to the very last notch. It's like the second one to the last one. And before this happened, I was on like the second or third notch in my belt, and my belt has a lot of notches. Let me see. Let's see if I can get that for you. Yeah, it was mostly over here. But now I've been using these, and I'm over here now. So from over here to over here, that's pretty good. And I mean, I could use that one, but I just don't want to be that tight, So I don't use the last one, but I would imagine if things keep going the way they're going, I'm probably gonna have to use that last notch. But just long story short, it's not the end of the world, guys. I'll leave some pictures of what I normally eat in the morning, and it rarely changes. I love eggs. Whether they're hard-boiled, scrambled, fried, and if I fry them in olive oil. I stay away from unhealthy fats. I stay away from any kind of sugar other than 1 gram of sugar, like in my keto yogurts, and it's keto, so the sugar is 1 gram, but the protein is 15. So the protein outweighs the 1. So I eat pretty much the same thing, healthier fats, like olive oil. I'll have avocados, and just things like that, just things of that nature, because being on a high fiber diet, good high fiber diet, being on a high protein diet, these things will help you get your A1C levels down, which mine are down. I'm pretty sure they're really low. I'm pretty sure. And that right there is going to save my career. I know I've dropped more weight. I feel like I surpassed 200 pounds. I went from 237 to now 200, but I think I'm lower now. And above everything else, when you cook your food, make sure it's good quality chicken. Make sure it's good quality beef. And if you're a turkey fan, make sure it's good quality turkey. because this is it. You can, when you reverse type 2, it's a lifestyle change. My lifestyle is on the road. It's not just a job. You guys have heard it before. It's not just a job, it's a lifestyle. Well, that doesn't mean that you have to engorge in all this fatty stuff that I'm victim to. I'm victim to it, And so having to now eat healthy and eat clean on the road, cooking my own meals, I will stop doing what I'm doing if I have to eat. If I have to make a meal, slap something together real quick, and still have enough for later, and that's what helps me out, and that's what helps me stay on track, because it's so easy to get off of track. It's so easy. It's in front of me everywhere I go. You go to the truck stop to get fuel, and you go walk in because you got to use the restroom. It's everywhere. As soon as you walk in, you smell Cinnabon. Then the food corral. The food corral consists of nothing but fast food. It's all fast food. They do not cater whatsoever to the person that wants to eat healthy. So you got all these things that are around you. Donuts, the candies in big bags. I call them the trucker bags, because that's what we buy. We get the big bag to last us longer on our long 11, 12-hour run. And it's sad. It's sad that it's become that way. And what's really sad is that all of that junk food that they have around you, it's cheap. And they got this little tiny corral, this little tiny thing, in the middle, maybe off to the side somewhere where you can't see it, that is considered healthy stuff, right? Sandwiches, they've got veggies, they've got cut up stuffed veggies, they've got, hummus things, they've got all kinds of good stuff, but it's very small, hidden somewhere. You would never know it's there. But everything else that is unhealthy is right in your face. And then when you go and you find the healthy area, it's expensive. It's literally designed for you to fail. And it's awful. I think it's awful, because like I said, I'm victim to that too. I'm guilty of it. I did it too. Why? Because it was easier. It was easier. It was faster. Grab and go. Chips, candies, donuts, Cinnabon, Wendy's burgers and fries and all that. It's easy. It's fast. So, even when you walk up to the counter, you got pizza all right there, all the fried chicken, the meatloaf that looks like it'd been there for weeks. You got all the mac and cheese that's just this much cheese, this much mac, and it's just the mashed potatoes. It literally is designed for you to fail, and I'm not doing it anymore. So, I understand that it's cheaper, and yes, I am spending more money on the road now. But I try to watch what I eat. I try to, make things last as long as I can, as long as possible, and overcome this thing. I'm on my way to reversing type 2. And if I can do it, and I live in a truck, I know anybody can do it. Anybody can do this. If you guys have questions, you want to know how I do other things, what do I do, how do I do this, how am I doing tracking things and keeping up on things, just call, message me, ask me. I'll answer you, because in my opinion, this is information that shouldn't be kept a secret. This is information that should be told everywhere, that you can do this. It's not impossible. I have an uncle that I love to death that told me that it was impossible while I'm proving him wrong. And not that I enjoy that, but it's just nice to know that it's like, okay, well, you're not right about everything. And yes, you can do it. Don't tell me no, because I'm living proof. But I love the dude. I'll have to slap him. But anyway, you guys have a good day. I'll put up some pictures. And God bless. Be safe.